Is it possible to love somebody so much you simply cannot live without them? Before you answer no, let me tell you about the story of Laura and Stanley.
No, I don't think they could live alone. I don't think they couldn't. They were meant to be.
This love story begins 65 years ago, during a snowstorm, when Laura met Stanley.
Her and her girlfriend were out to a movie, and after the movie, when they got out, there was a snowstorm, and Grandpa happened to be driving by and said, "Do you want to ride?"
Stanley drove Laura home and asked if she wanted to grab a slice of pizza sometime.
And the rest is history, because they went and got their pizza, and married almost 60 years.
A lot happened during those almost 60 years. Children, travel, owning a farm, running an insurance agency side by side. There were weddings, there were losses. But whatever life brought them, they faced it together. And following their faith, always put others first.
They're just two amazing people that have helped everyone their entire life.
But that life took a hard turn for Laura on January 5th, when at 3:30 in the morning, under hospice care at home, she drew her last breath.
My grandmother was my person, and when she passed away, my heart was just torn.
Torn because no one knew how to tell Stanley he'd have to go on without her. Then something happened.
I was expecting her. I was not expecting him.
Hours after losing the love of his life, on the very same day, Stanley went to be with his bride.
It's a good thing that they went together, because then one doesn't have to live without each other.
But when he passed away, it made it feel she's going to be okay. She's there with him.
Cemeteries tell the story of what was. But when your love touches so many lives, the best part of you still is.
They never treated anyone differently. They loved everyone. I love everyone, and I know I get that from them.
Is it possible to love someone so completely you simply cannot live without them? For Stanley and Laura, the answer is yes. Now the question I wondered, which you're probably wondering too, did they go in and tell him that she's gone? He was dealing with his own issues, and he was asleep, and so they didn't physically tell him, but they say somehow they had a feeling he knew and could sense it, and then he was gone shortly after, the same exact day. But I thought that one thing she said, you know, they taught all those children and grandchildren to love, and now that love goes on.
That faithfulness continues that they started. Great story. You always hear about it happening in other parts of the country, and you never...
There it is there.